I don't know, because there's
Yeah, we'll put some chairs.
We will cut those video files so the
Yeah.
beginning won't be on there.
Just chairs here.
It's still we're recording, but it's not gonna make it in the final.
Can you write your name so I didn't put your name to my contact. So let's get another. Thank you. Yeah, we keep in touch. Yeah, I just like try to do more, but also like I'm in and out. So basically, like where the here comes so.
Well, I'm going to sit because I'm rehearsing a new piece right now.
No, it's
the Belgium and then somewhere else.
I see. But we'll keep in touch.
It's an interesting experiment.
This is the same.
Because I can really see it, because I also work with visual drawing and stuff like that.
You can also
just phone on this like right away.
Killed.
Because I have all my prepared
There's like a
or something like this. I didn't plan to do cards, but with papers that they draw.
It's in the back of the show, the corridors, facing this brick cafe. Yeah. So you can enter from the brick cafe, opposite brick cafe. And then it's in the third floor.
Does anyone else want coffee or tea?
Yeah, sure.
Coffee? Okay. I'll make a big jar.
Yeah.
There's people at STL. But there are 3 people lost.
Oh, okay. Are they English speaking or Estonian?
English. Yeah.
Okay, then they probably won't know we're the shopping.
No, they know. They like
It's the beneath, the shop.
Yeah, I think I.
Or above. Right. We are above Universal as well.
I'll run down.
So if they'll fight them.
Francisco Martinez, if you remember.
Yeah, by 6 people.
We can't go. We gave everybody the address, but if you check it on Google Maps, then it shows it's the next building for some reason, so.
Yeah, actually it showed me correctly, but
Really?
people think STL, people immediately think,
Yeah.
they don't read the full address.
Can they find the place, or will I do?
I think they will find a place.
Yeah, more videos than mention, like this doesn't have.
Special costume.
Yeah.
We will start in.
I have something similar.
Yeah.
We'll start in 8 minutes. Okay, so that's fine. Some people are lost, so we will recover. How was the workshop?
That's great. Yeah.
Super nice. Super nice. I'm having too many ideas today.
That's good, that's good.
Do you drink your coffee black one? We have oat milk and cream, but
Yeah, completely black. So what tea do you have?
yeah, whatever. Yeah,
What tea do you have? Do you have
come see, we have lots.
Okay, great.
That's perfect. But then you have to choose.
The hard part.
Correia. No, what the hammer. Ma ei üles lükata ilma hammer.
So the Zoom link is in the systematic.
See, niimoodi, et päris selle soga ka. tal on teised positsiooni. ei ma andsin välja ära kolmandast üles, ta joonistama muusikat ja ta joonistama ruumide, liikumas. Ja siis ta ütles ka, et kui tahad midagi teha koos, siis ma tahan midagi integreerida, siis mõtlesin, et ta mingi teist palju katsutada, siis läks ma kaardima. Et ma teen põhimõtteliselt, et ma lasen nagu neid kasvada. Kõige paremad kompositsioonid, mis ma tahan, siis kõige paremaks toovad kõik läbi. No 9 üles. Ja siis ma annan neile need kaardid kätte, et nad pidid niimoodi midagi kuhugi joonistama ja visuaalselt näevad ka neid. See on päris hea. Ja pärast seda kunagi ei ole midagi. See on nagu pult. See on meil suur kuumatud. Ma ei tea väga, mis mäng see oli. See mäng on lihtsalt selline, et ühel on kaart, kes sa pead mõtlema, millise kaarti sa lisad, et sellest suhu. Sul pidavad lisata lihtsalt. Aga see annab mingit asja ka raasalt teha, et keegi võib nagu veto panna, et mingi kaardi ära teha. Lõpus või nii on. Ma arvan, et on juba. Sa võid panna eelmises mudeli ja siis on hästi publikult Euroopa Liit kõik inimesed. Aga millist, mis seal on?
More people come. So. Are you in the dance field or choreographer or dancing? Do you work with STL or just in other fields? Yeah, there's many people here are studying dance or working in dance. Also, of course, politics. Very good.
But my husband is very good at AI and we can
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we're working a lot with, I'll explain that later, but we're working a lot with duos, like a dancer and a programmer. And together we code together. So I mean, that's something for anyone that doesn't actually quite a lot of our collaborators are actually couples because that's quite normal. And one is today, actually, we have a performance at 6. Pierre and Liz, that poster there, they're actually a couple. He's a programmer and she's a counselor. So that's quite common these days.
Do you want somebody?
I need to mute.
Sorry?
But do you want somebody who is a dancer and a programmer?
Or if the same person is a dancer and a programmer, that's also fine. We have many artists that have both.
Yeah, because I'm a dancer and a programmer.
It's fantastic. Yeah, many of our artists are also dancers and programmers, which is great. Yeah. It's interesting feedback. Your feedback. Yeah, so we usually work with duos. So in the duo, we want the duo to have expertise in, or we would like the duo to have expertise in dance and programming. If it's the same person, great. If it's two different persons, we will work usually with duos. And I'll explain a little bit why. Hello. Hey, good to see you. Another golden dancer.
Nice to see you. I saw Pille yesterday. Yeah, my name is Moncher. People. So you're here now in Pille.
There are 4 or 5 people there, so we'll put them on check for this.
Okay. This is great.
There's more people also.
So many people coming.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yay.
Lost a couple on the way.
You lost a couple on the way? Yeah,
That's their lovers.
I was smart yesterday, I went to see them. Oh, you will be late, so okay, I'm sorry, no, please. Yeah, you showed me a picture of the stairway. Okay, yeah, that's
Okay, cool, yeah. Okay, I'll explain. Yeah, so there's this corridor with shops. And when you enter from the main street, from the Elizabeth, you go to the Ike,
How are you doing?
and there's many shops. The other end of the building. In that other end of the building, there's a staircase. Then you go to the third floor. There's Universum deeply in the.
Yeah, there's that. I had some same thing, but because not of it is work. So many deadlines last year, and then everything finished.
I think so, that you reach the point that there's a curve, where you start to the right.
Yeah.
And in the end of that,
It was really amazing.
there'll be a door, and there'll be a staircase on your left.
Okay, you know, I'm 40 euros in a restaurant.
And then you go to the third floor.
Let's see the first big city.
And then you go to the end of the corridor.
Just a bit, but the whole group. You're in the land, right? Not me. Okay.
Okay, then it should be fine. Just look for the third. Okay.
It was in here, I think. Said she was in.
Four more persons.
So.
Who wants coffee?
Katrina?
One?
What?
Who wants coffee?
Oh, okay.
Nuno, do you want coffee?
Yeah.
With cream or black?
So, this is Katrina, Katrina. She's my latest Latvian collaborator and also my partner. Yeah, latest partner. Latest. 2 years, this partner so far, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah, it's actually, that's one way out of it. Pole hullu, aga rankustada pärast.
Thanks so much.
It may be a bit strong.
She's also actually. No. Thank you. I'm Paul, I don't know how it went, but I ended up dating the pastor. I think they become the pastor. Oh, no, I found out the pastor. I found it. Yeah, that's something from. But she has really excellent technique. Like, really,
Both of you.
in my opinion, as opposed to.
My
Supposed to, like, the thing is, really.
do you want to turn? Sorry, yeah, please. Yeah, carry on. Just thinking, maybe to show more of the audience.
Audience as well?
Maybe it's inclusive. Yeah, maybe it's inclusive.
I have a bit.
So maybe it's no, maybe just, yeah, maybe just.
But it's somehow like there's.
Sorry, people.
I don't.
But
No.
Maybe
It's fine.
Okay.
maybe it's because they have contact, because other things is like. Similar or similar to classification, but you guys have contact. But and that's just a for.
Well, not in universe.
So.
Well, that's new.
That's the. Because in
Yes.
I didn't think about it, but that's.
Thank you for your perseverance.
Certain question of, this, like, it is, like, well, but that's because of the rest of the. You get, has to get your point. And of course, as well, but that's just that. Sounds. And the scene is.
Yeah.
It was when they extend, I think we can bring that to them. Actually, Friday, Wednesday.
You can then 15 minutes.
Yes.
You learn with starvation, so.
And I don't see people on contemporary dance like this. This is interesting. Also, musicians are looking for collaboration with that of people.
Hey, so hello everyone.
Hi.
My name is Nuno. I'm from Correia. I'm working at our university, so I'm associate professor there at the School of Digital Technologies. And I also collaborate with STL, who's hosting this talk in a project called MODINA. So I will talk a little bit about the project and also some new things that we have coming up. And I want to discuss some of the findings. Also, me as an academic and a researcher, we are running this project of college in science and technology, and also me and my team, who's partly here, we also conduct research on this topic of science and technology. So let me tell you a little bit about the project MODINA. So MODINA is the acronym for Movement, Digital Intelligence, and Interactive Audience. So already the name tells you a little bit that the project is about dance, movement, and AI, digital intelligence, and interactive audience, interaction with the audience. Getting the audience involved in the performance more than just a mere spectator, but having agency. And these are the aims of the project, right? So to expand creative potential of dance performances through the use of technology, namely AI, and getting the audience engaged. So we have 8 partners, so 5 dance houses. STL is one of them, and we have Trafo in Hungary, Tanzhaus NRV in Düsseldorf, Kino Šiška in Ljubljana, and CNDP in Romania and in Bucharest. Thank you. And then we have 3 universities: Tallinn University, Interactive Technologies Institute, University of Lisbon, and Mirevi from Hochschule Düsseldorf. And the project runs for 3 years, so it ends soon. It ends in it ends in March 2026. And it was co-founded by the European Union with €1 million, and this is part of the Creative Europe initiative. So, why? Of course, now AI is quite a hot topic across many disciplines and creative fields, and it's even, we may say, even too hot sometimes. That it seems that people sometimes they use the terminology and they use these AI-driven approaches as a catchphrase or something a little bit to sound a bit modern or cool. So when we thought about this project, we wanted to use AI, but we didn't want to simply use it in a superficial level or just to jump into the bandwagon of AI. So we wanted to go to the root of creativity, in a sense, with AI, and thinking a bit what are the kind of if we think of actors and actor network theory, who are the main actors in a technology-mediated dance performance, right? We have the dance artists, and by dance artists, we mean the dancers, choreographers, but also technicians, contribute creatively to the dance performance. We have the audience, of course, and then we have the technology. The technology is an actor, in a sense, especially if the technology is not merely passive, right? If the technology itself has agency, which with AI it has. So we call this augmented co-creativity. So it's instead of the classical kind of romantic view of the artist as the big ego who has total control over the performance and dictates all the parameters of the performance, we have this distribution across the actors. So we want the technology not to be passive. We want the audience not to be passive. So create some kind of virtuous cycle here among these different actors. So this is why we want. With this, we hope that outcomes of MODINA use AI not in a superficial kind of icing on the cake kind of way, but in coordination with distributing this agency, this creativity also to the audience and also to machine or machines. So how did we put this in practice? So MODINA is very artist-centric, so we don't impose to the artist a vision of how this combination should be. We just provoke, we tease the artists with this kind of approach, and we ask them to provide us with ideas how this could, be fulfilled. Basically, we challenge the artists to come up with proposals towards this vision, right? And we then supported these artists to fulfill their proposals in 2 cycles, roughly a year and a half for the first cycle and a year and a half for the second cycle, so half. And we had 2 calls for proposals, one in the cycle 1, one in the cycle 2. And the images you see here are actually from cycle 1 performances. So here we have actually Nato Aguilera, who's in the audience. Thanks, Nato, and Jorge. Nato had a very interesting kind of pathway in this project that they started as an artist in MODINA, and now they are a researcher in the MODINA team as training research. So in this call, we had 91 submissions, so that's 182 artists. So we asked the artists to apply as duos. We want in a duo that the artist would have technological capabilities and also dance capabilities in order to fulfill with good skill set to fulfill the proposals that they submitted. Of course, we as universities can especially the universities are in this project to mentor and to assist these artists to fulfill their vision, but we want them to have a certain degree of autonomy, right? So that's why we ask and we evaluate also their technological capabilities. And we just had this conversation before we started that we're not looking specifically that one has to be a dancer, one has to be a coder, but it could be that one is a dancer and a coder, and the other one is a coder, or the other one is a dancer, or both dancers and coders. But we're looking for this capability in the duo. So after a very tough decision process, we picked 5 duos. We had a kickoff meeting in Tallinn here in September 2023, and then 5 residencies across the 5 dance houses, and then 5 showcases. So this is another project. This is a project called For Patricia that was shown here in Tallinn. This is stage 4 digital.
Digital contagious and network bodies and code ++.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Nice.
This image is from a project called Temporal Spaces, which was a performative installation. So what we're looking not just for dance performances, but also alternative forms of presentation within the dance framing. So some of the projects that we worked on are actually performative installations, like this one, Temporal Spaces. This was shown here. Actually, the artists that developed this installation did the residency here. Residency. So let me explain a little bit how this works. So once the project is selected, the artist then goes into a 2-month residency in one of these 5 countries 5 centers that I mentioned. And during those 2 months, of course, they receive financial and production support. And during those 2 months, they develop a performance. And in the end of the residency, they show the performance or the showing. And after that residence, the artists are invited to tour their piece in the other dance centers in the consortium. So we repeated that in 2025, 2026. So actually, if you look behind it, there's a poster for a performance that will happen today at 6. So after the talk, you are invited to check out this performance. So we're having a showcase with a touring of these pieces. So yesterday and the day before, we had 2 showings, and today we have this is unreal, the last one of this showcase in town. And next week, it's in practical terms the end of the project. Although the project ends in March, the last activities related to this project is a showcase. We call it showcase, basically a mini festival happening in Düsseldorf. So we're inviting all the funny thing is that in cycle 1 and cycle 2 we had 91 submissions in both. It's not a typo, it's just the same number of applicants. They were not the same people. Not the same by a few, but
Not only the same.
exactly the same.
Same cycle.
It's just like repetition. We like it. And so it's going to be kind of a big party in Düsseldorf next week. We're going to have all the 20 artists selected, all the 10 duos, all the partners in the consortium. We're going to have all the cycle 2 performances, which performances and installations. So that's 5. One of them is kind of an installation version, one of the performances. But also the artists from the first cycle are going to be invited there. We have a big exhibition with some of the installations, or also some of the kind of the software that we use for the performances is going to be shown. Check our website, modina.eu, if you're interested to go on a trip to Düsseldorf next weekend. We'll be happy to see you. Happy to see you there. It's gonna, there's going to be a big seminar, like a seminar on Saturday, so 1 week from today, with all the artists, panel discussions, invited keynotes. It's going to be fun. So what are the outcomes of MODINA? So we got a nice support from the EU, a lot of artists involved, and a lot of people working, on this. So what did we achieve, right? Well, the 10 projects that came out of these residencies, we had 42 performances. So each project was shown 4 times, with 2 projects showing 5 times. Maybe we should have 43 if we put gateless there, and it's 43. Can't count that. 10 seminars. So every time there's a little mini festival like this, what we call MODINA Showcase. We also do these kind of talks and workshops. Today there was workshop by Naoto in this space. So I would say that these are the some of the main outcomes. Then we have a lot of video documentation. So if you go to our website, and I can show our website in a moment, you have a substantial amount of videos. So all the performances are documented as full videos there. We still don't have the ones from cycle 2 because we're collecting now the documentation, but we have 5 full performances there. All these talks are under many of them. So there's some 50 hours of talks and presentations online. And publications. So we have 3 papers published, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the conclusions from these papers. 2 are in press that they accepted to be published, and we're working on more publications. So we'll surely reach 6, but I think we're going to have some 7 or 8, quite possibly. We have a substantial amount of software developed. So we, as universities, we mentor, we assist the artists in developing their software, and then we ask them, would they mind that we kind of make this software available, open source for free. The artists may accept, they may not accept. If they accept, then we put it online. So this is a screenshot from the website, but I can show you the website. So there's a kind of a publications component, there's a software component with this. So yeah, all is available there, and we put links to the publications that you can, that they're open access. You can. So yeah, now I can show you a little bit the website and show maybe a couple of videos from MODINA. I think I need to do a little trick here. So windows. This is interesting. Add this window. So you have the windows. So here you have videos from the residencies, from the showings, artist talks. So there's I think I need to. So let's take a look at the videos. Maybe I go here. So let's see if I can put the audio to go out through the TV. So a bit choppy, the audio. Doesn't sound. It sounds like it's on purpose. It's choppy and so. Maybe I'll put it through my computer and yeah. This was shown here. Oh wow! Keep on.
Yeah, easy.
So you get this piece. Not sure how the audio is.
I think you can mute yourself. I think your Microsoft is on. Microphone, I mean, not Microsoft. I don't know.
My microphone is off.
It's already on the format.
The okay part. You guys should shut up. While you're explaining.
Everything is physical and visualization, and that's information in an open environment, which has a dialogue. That's what I want to understand.
I put it full screen, it doesn't machine that.
Where's the parameters, where's the range we can express motion, representation of the using into image design, where the dialogue is again.
So I'm trying to figure out where the feedback is coming from.
My computer.
Yeah.
Maybe you can transfer the sound.
But maybe you can mute your computer.
No, because that's the.
Oh yeah, mute your sound.
But I mute it.
I mean, like speaker also.
Speaker, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's the speaker. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But I think mute, I think of you're absolutely right. So it's the microphone. But then, yeah, if I put the audio there, anyway. So it's a fun challenge. But yeah, if I put audio here, I cannot talk. Maybe it's a good
But you can
strategy.
put music on from your computer.
That's coming from that computer.
No, but if she's streaming it,
It's
like,
Streaming there,
sharing the
that-
screen.
only one.
Let's see,
Yeah.
the next video.
Experiments.
It's interesting and fascinating.
But through the HDMI stuff,
Yeah, I tried the HDMI send there, the audio, it didn't work, it was very choppy.
yeah, that buffer size is too low.
Anyway, I'm not gonna be showing a lot of videos for the good and bad, I'm not gonna show. So, let me show you, so that project you just saw, I think that the challenge there was this idea of motion capture and having this kind of alter ego or doppelganger on stage through motion capture. At the beginning, it seems that this doppelganger is like just a shadow or a copy, a perfect copy. But then this doppelganger starts fighting back with the human, let's put it that way. So it's kind of metaphor on AI and I guess, and also in the relationship between humans and technology. Let's show another video. I won't be able to show all, then by going to the website you can check all that. So for all the projects, we did a little 2 minutes, 3 minutes kind of reel of the residency, and then you also have the 1 hour or half an hour to 1 hour videos of the full performance. And this one shows, I'm keen to show this one because it was hosted here. And to be able to full screen, I need to, stop mirroring. And I want to mirror my full computer. So, entire screen. And then I think I can, so let me show the next one. So let's watch the video and I explain a little bit what's happening here, otherwise. These are the artists. And we have here also William Grimmett, a member of our team, who did this very, very cool mentoring of this tool. So, okay, I need to put on down. So this, William, correct me if I'm misrepresenting. You're more involved in the project. I mean, So this basically was a performative installation where you, as an audience member, you would enter a space, and there's some videos playing the space. There's not a lot of explanation being provided in the beginning, so in the beginning you don't really get a full picture of what's going on. There's a space where you can sit down and observe, and there's a space where you can move and interact. And as you move, when you enter this movement space, the lighting setup changes. You get a hint that your movement is being recorded, and the recording lasts for a certain amount of time. And then when recording stops, your movement is played back in the screen. And after your movement stops, the playback stops, another video is shown to you, which basically is the outcome of a process, machine learning process, where the system is trying to match your movement with a past movement that is as close to your movement as possible, right? So there's a database of movements of previous people who were moving in that space, and then your movement is captured and is matched, and you are shown the movement of someone else that was there before, that the system identifies as being close to your. So it's kind of you're in a dialogue with someone in the past in a way. You're matched with someone in the past, and you can interact. You can watch this unfold or both. Right? And here the AI, technically it's a machine learning system that does this matching, movement matching, and it's constantly updated, right? Every time someone enters that and is recorded, that gets added to the database of movement, right? So it's constantly. There's a lot of technical tricks behind this, but so I'll just show one more video, and perhaps now I would show a video from cycle 2, a video of a project that was not shown here. Of the 5 of the cycle 2, this was the only one that didn't come here. It's called Gateless. So let me show you. I think it's a good video to show because it's something that you did not have a chance to see here. But you can go to Düsseldorf. So now I need to put this on. Okay, I'll let it play and then I'll. Yeah, I'll let it play and then I'll. That the 2 artists, Martin Milic, Urosh. The residency was in Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf team. Also Düsseldorf team. I think you got the idea. Okay. Rose.
So, the people moving around, are they dancers or spectators or?
In the beginning, there was a demonstration by a local dancer, and then the spectator, the audience members are invited to come.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
And what was the result? The dancers could move as molecules?
Yeah, so the idea is that you move, if you move, there's a scoring system, that percentage, right? So the weirder you would move, the higher your score will be. So that's the game, let's put it. I believe this lady here was one of the dancers in Marco, just Uroš was doing programs. But well, I showed you videos, 3 of the 10 videos. 2 of them were performed. Actually, many of these performances challenge the format of a typical performance intentionally, right? Because we wanted the audience to become part of it. So some are more performative, some are more installation based, and yeah, this one is something in the middle. So let's continue. What am I sharing? I'm not sharing. Anyway, let's go back to sharing this one on Zoom. Okay, so what videos? I wanted to show also the website a little bit. So sorry, apologies. Yeah, it's funny because I'm sharing to this and I'm sharing to the Zoom. It's a lot of sharing. Oversharing, I'm oversharing. What if I share the whole desktop? Okay, so let's do it. Because I wanted to show you a little bit our website. And yeah, you have all the videos here, artist talks, seminars, so content like this would be here. Now we need about the seminar, 2025 seminars here. And you have information about all the projects, all the 10 projects here. Besides the 10 projects, there were also 2 spin-off projects by members of our team, by William Priven, this duophonic transients, and by Naoto Hireda, the card, which is me, the workshop that just took place relates to this card. These are like 2 spin-off projects of MODINA by our team members. And yeah, both have or will have also software. And here also I wanted to point to the publications. So they're in different stages of polish. Some are already online in their final destination. Some are preprints. They will be published soon. And these 2 are coming soon. But just a quick. So these 2 papers are on gathering some initial thoughts from the beginning of MODINA of what are good practices for audience interaction in dance. This one is about the use of AI in dance. And I can talk, let's check the time, but if I have time, I can talk a little bit more in depth in the outcomes of these 2 papers. And then we have one paper on the temporal spaces installation that I showed the video, this one, which was kind of this dialogue in time between the movements. And we have one paper on William Primat's spin-off project on this morphonic transients. It's working German visibility space mapping. And the latest one to get accepted, actually, we found out a week ago that this will be shown in MOCO conference, Movement Computing Conference. And it's about three of the kind of comparative analysis of use of AI in three of the projects that we've seen, that we had here in cycle 1. And personally, I'd like to write about also the AI approaches in cycle 2, so that will be another paper. So this is about our website and the content that you can find here. If you're curious about what's going to happen in Düsseldorf, we also have in the news section that we have information about. So I want to tell you the sad news that I have for you is that MODINA is ending, right, in March. But I have some happy news as well, that we got more funding for another project called MODINA, which will be kind of a follow-up to MODINA. And I want to tell you a little bit about the project. So the images you will see now are from performances from the cycle 2. So this is from Still Moving, from a local duo, David Jensen and Liz Vares. This was shown here in STL in May. Okay, so what is this new project, MODINA? So MODINA again is about, guess what? It's about dance and AI again. But again, we didn't want to use AI just for the sake of using AI. We wanted to couple AI with some new topics that we find relevant. So we want to look at the AI embodiment. And this AI embodiment can be a virtual embodiment through an avatar, which in MODINA we already had a bit of that, but we're also going to look a bit more closely to robotics and to robots and dancing with robots. So among the expanded now MODINA team, we have 2 centers that are where we have researchers specialized in robotics that are going to be involved in the project. But okay, so we have these cool technologies, right? These virtual embodiments of AI and real embodiments in AI and robotics. What are you going to use it for? We're also going to look at particularly topics of accessibility and mental health, while of course continuing to expand, the creative possibilities and the audience engagement, which are topics that have been recurrent in our project. For that purpose, we have 2 new partners. We have Enthusiast in Romania and PEAASI in Estonia, so which are institutions that deal with mental health issues and accessibility. So some of the partners of MODINA didn't wish to be involved. We have some new partners. So Trafo from Hungary and Kinosiska wish not to continue. And then we have a new partner in Portugal called Espaço do Tempo. I'm from Portugal, so for me it's quite interesting to have more partners in Portugal, so that's great. And in Romania, so we already had a dance center, we have a new university, and they also have this kind of robotics expertise, which is UNATC, the National University for Theatre and Film and Theatres. So what else can I tell you about MODINA? So these are the topics. I think I mentioned already the topics. Actually, this image is from Nuno, which was shown here yesterday. Although the photo is from the best showing. So these are the topics that I already mentioned, kind of combining AI with XR and robotics. and also targeting disabilities, mental health issues. So we're also more and more interested in the articles. We've been more and more approaching ethical issues. So when we think about AI, we talk about, of course, the beauty of AI, the potential, etc. But what are also the problems with AI? What are the ethical concerns? So already in MODINA, we're sort of starting to address that, and in MOVIDA, we want to go a bit deeper on that. Personally, I've been involved in responsible AI projects, and I want to bring those concerns more to MOVIDA. So what's going to happen in terms of MOVIDA, right? So 3 years again. It will start just after MODINA ends, and instead of having the 2 cycles of residencies, and then residencies and the showcases, we have a bit of a different structure divided by years. In the first year, we have something called labs. So there's no 2 rounds of residencies. There's just going to be 1 round of residencies. So half the residencies is MODINA. Well, I should have mentioned that STL is still will still continue to be involved. So we're going to have a big, 3 partners in Estonia next time. So with Tallinn University, STL, GEAS. So one thing that I think we felt could be improved compared to MODINA is the kind of pedagogical aspect, capacity building aspect of the project. So instead of having 2 rounds of residencies, we're going to have a new one, what we call labs. So labs will be shorter than residencies. The residencies are 8 weeks. The labs will be 2 weeks. But we're going to be able to bring more people on board. Instead of having just, let's say, 10 artists in a residency cycle, we're going to have 32. And we're going to have quotas for local artists from Estonia. So these labs, there'll be 4 labs of 8 participants each. So 4 duos. If this is to be fine-tuned, because we have differences of opinion in our consortium. Some people want to have the duos. I'm pro duos. So we're going to continue with the duos in the labs. Some colleagues would prefer that the 8 are not necessarily duos right away. Let's see. But the residencies for sure will be duos. The labs, I would say, I would like to bring the duos already. But anyway, it will be this number, right? 8 people per each of the 4 residencies in the lab, sorry. Portugal, Germany, Estonia, and Romania. Okay. We also have Bulgaria in the consortium, Nomad Dance from Bulgaria, but they do not run a lab, they will run residencies and showcases. So what are these labs? These labs will be a space for research, for exploration. There's no pressure to create anything in the lab. It's too short to be, but it's more of a space for exploration. We're going to have master classes. So the first week will be at the university, and the second week will be at the dance center. So in the first week, we'll be more focusing on master classes. We'll have kind of half day, around 5-6 half day master classes, and then also space for exploration and mentoring. And then the second week will be pure exploration in the dance center. And then, of course, there'll be a call, and this will be paid, right? So the artists, participants will be rewarded for their time and their efforts to the project. And then we're going to have another call for the residencies. Actually, I should mention as well, we have a special also. We said that we're going to have quotas for local artists. So from the MODINA countries, the 5 MODINA countries actually, Portugal, Germany, Estonia, Romania, and Bulgaria. We're also going to have quotas for Ukrainian artists because it's very important and for us, for the EU, that we support the Ukrainian artists as well. Ukraine is part of the Creative Heroes project. And I think particularly Estonia, Romania could be great hosts for these Ukrainian. and to assist in the development of the dance scene there also there. We've been in contact with Creative Europe, Ukrainian desk, who will assist us disseminating the call there. But there will be quoted, there are places reserved, all these 32 places reserved for local artists and also for Ukrainian artists. Of course, because the topic is accessibility, this is one of the topics, accessibility, but we also prioritize those aspects and artists who are addressing those challenges. All this will be written and transparent and written in the call, what are the quotas, what are the but for sure, there's going to be, if you think that, you know, in Modina, we have this 182 artists times 2, right? So 364 artists applying. We only had 20. We could only take 20 in. Now we can take 32 for the labs and 10 for the rest. That's 42. So it's kind of twice, we doubled. Of course, it may be that some of the artists from the labs will do the residence as well. So instead of 42, maybe we can reach out to 38 or so. But still, practically we can double. That's something we wanted to do also regarding Modina, is to reach more artists. Yeah. And then we also gonna have, then on year 3 is gonna be the tour, a bit what we are doing now with Modina. And then throughout, we're gonna disseminate the knowledge, not just through academic articles, but we are focusing on other things like podcasts. And we're also gonna have a forum, which is kind of a bit like the same Modina seminars as well, but open to the public, not just to be, you know, talking among ourselves, but also talking to the. So that's basically it. I don't think I have time to go into the research insights. Of course, all this is in the articles that I mentioned. If I'll rather spend a bit of time with questions and answers. Of course, if you have questions about the research insights, I can show them. I have them here for you regarding the audience interaction, regarding the use of AI. But I would rather now maybe have questions and answers, and then if needed, we go to that. So thank you very much, and please check our online presence and social media, and all these kind of things. And yes, modina.eu website, also the Instagram and Facebook. And you find these links also in the Modina website.
Question.
Please, yes.
What you can say or summarize the basic ideas? What you found out from this Modina project?
So research insights. These are what I would say insights that we found in the middle of the project. We will need more time to reflect on especially on the second cycle, right? So these are insights from the first cycle. So I think I would separate the insights into 2 angles: the audience interaction, right? How the audience engages with technology, and then AI and dance. So that's another topic.
So these were aimed, let's say, research questions.
Exactly, yeah.
Audience and dancers.
Yeah.
And AI and dance.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah. And all these insights, we try that our articles kind of then reflect on recommendations or best practices that we can suggest to practitioners, right? And people interested or other researchers interested in this AI. So I can just go a little bit through the main topics, right? So, for example, the importance of the cultural context for audience interaction, right? This sounds vague, but then we go in detail and also we divide fostering engagement into 2 parts. One is kind of overcoming inhibitions and how to help people cross the line into participating, and then when they participate, how to keep them engaged once they cross that line. How do it? And also this idea of ethics and critical aspects of using technology and having people having other actors, in this case audience members, involved with technology. You need to have care on how you involve. So it has to be justified and not gratuitous. Be aware that audiences sometimes they go to a performance precisely to get away from our technological kind of embedded world. So you be aware that people are tired of their phones, they're tired of this, they're tired of that. So you need to be aware of that. Let's be aware of how to use audience data. So have people advise people on what's going to happen before, without breaking or without providing any spoilers. But so, for example, in the temporal spaces performative installation that you saw, we had consent forms. So people would give consent because their data is their body data is being captured. So they would allow us to record that data for the.
So the question was technology-mediated audience interaction.
Yeah.
Not the direct in the space.
Exactly. So how not just because audience interaction is a big topic, right? In performance, we can think of Marina Abramovich or something like that. But in dance performance, also there's a lot of you can have audience interaction without technology, right? But our article is about technology-mediated audience interaction. So interaction mediated by technology. Because this is the topic of MODINA, so it's our focus.
How much of the technology was actually within the AI bag?
That's a very good question. So these are the 10 projects, right?
Yeah.
It's a spectrum, really, and also we need to think that one thing is the proposal that the artists send, and the other thing is the reality and the difficulties they face, and their project may have some detours compared to the proposal, and that's to be expected, right? So it's really a spectrum. I would say of the cycle one, the three that used AI more thoroughly were temporal spaces, for Patricia, collective canons. So temporal spaces, it was clear in my talk because I presented the video here, right? For Patricia, this was a performance led by Sarah Alawi and John Sullivan, and here they collaborated with Trisha Brown Foundation. So Trisha, they provided a lot of video archives that they then analyzed, and basically in each performance they would in each For Patricia performance they would use a different Trisha Brown performance as a source material for the AI to suggest new choreography
So in this context, you would say AI is what technology that has its own, sort of its own agency. I think like with Chris Ziegler's, and it's in sort of they use movement capture, but it's
I would say here they use
one mapping.
I would say that in this performance, probably the use of AI was more on the advanced motion capture that they used, but that's more like under the hood kind of stuff, right? Whereas without, try not to be judgmental about this, that's their approach, right? Whereas here the AI was more in the kind of creative. I mean, everything's creative to a certain extent, but you could see the output of the AI in a more creative way. If I'm being fair by using the collective cadence, I didn't show this video. Of all these pieces, this is the only one that was not shown in Tallinn as well. But this was another format of performance. Was a lecture performance where Simona Diaconescu and Grigor, I forgot his last name. So that's to do here, Burloi. Just a fun fact. This is the second project we worked with Simona. We had a previous one called Moving Digits, where she was also working with us. And Grigor was an artist in MODINA, and now he will be part of the UNATEC team mentoring in MODINA, because he's also working at this new partner that we added. But this was a lecture performance on the topic of mass dances. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Well, yeah, you are familiar in Estonia with mass dancing because we have the Song and Dance Festival. But Simona does a lecture on as part of this performance in kind of mass dances, from this kind of dance diseases of the Middle Ages to political use of mass dance, and then uses AI as kind of an assistant to generate new mass dance or to generate imagery from mass dances, or so uses and she's lecturing, and then she may transition to exemplifying something through dance. We have music. Grigor may start playing an instrument and then asking the audience to clap along or sing along, and the AI creates new music out of that. So that it's kind of it's another format of performance. But AI will, and actually here they project the AI coding, the kind of live coding, and also some AI processing happening there, and they present it with quite well. So I'll say these three, the AI is quite strongly there. In now to correct me if I'm wrong, in stage 4 digital network bodies and codes, I forgot to see here. Contemporary, no. Stage 4 digital, contagious. No, there you go, contagious. In here, this is again interactive performance with different stations, different stages, and one of these stations that the audience could roam around. There's kind of a coding interface where there's some AI elements in there.
Yeah, we trained a neural network remote station that looks like a McDonald's. When you enter, well, maybe you don't enter, but order with the panel. So it's a kind of critique about this consumerism, but also we created our own data set so that instead of ordering McDonald's, we will make some artifact or art, and that's assisted by the neural network that we trained. And it's actually, you can try it online.
Actually the software, this is, you can actually play with it online. It was going to be in Düsseldorf in the exhibition. So these five performances, they use AI there's a range, right? Some use AI on a deeper or more technical level, some on a more, perhaps on a more visible to the eye kind of. But same here in this side. I would say again, without trying to be judgmental, but clearly in this scenario you will see today the use of AI to kind of create a fiction version of the autobiography of Liz. In Baby you have, I don't know if some of you saw Baby 2 days ago. There was image generation through AI, so the camera in real time was pointing to the dance, and the dance would mutate into something else on the screen, for example. What else? The gateless actual video is this kind of weirding out the AI tracking by moving, etc. So yeah, the use of AI is in the 3D motion capture kind of maybe not as visible, more of the underlying mechanics of it. So Nuno, they use strongly again, like in Yugen, AI for more robust motion tracking. Also, the avatar generation in Nuno was using AI. Also, some text and narrative elements were using it.
I have a question about MODINA, just about the accessibility aspect, because improve accessibility for persons with disabilities and mental health issues. I'm just curious about why this narrow approach to accessibility, because in Estonian, the government or the whole country strategies for 2023-35, to use accessibility as a wide spectrum. It means that for the whole duration of your life, also people who are older and so on. And also, like in education, we have 35% educational special needs right now. And all of the educational levels in Estonia have a task in the next, I think, 5 years or 10 years to rewrite all of the curriculums, all of the modules, all of the courses that every course has to take accessibility into account. It's like a main type of direction. University Finland is rewriting their curriculums, and I think Tallinn will also start soon.
This comes from the EU in a sense that these are the EU provides us with a checkbox of challenges that they throw to us.
Yeah.
And it's like under their disability, mental health issues. That's what it's EU.
Okay.
It's their own. I was trying to, because I took screenshots of that. I was trying to figure out the
because I know the EU logic and what are the core values, and also inside the core values, at least the project that I'm involved with, there was also a wide spectrum. It wasn't that narrow.
Sure, but I mean,
it's okay, but
yeah,
I'm just like wondering.
No, but oops. Almost now that it loaded. Now it was good. Sorry, what? Yeah, we are using. I understand it well, but this is actually from our proposal to the EU. So in our proposal, we're using terminology that the EU gives us in a sense. So we're fulfilling we're using their terminology, right? Mm-hmm. But of course, with the partners that we have with PEASI and UCR, I'm sure they will steer us in the right way with this, right? So they will be deeply involved. They will be deeply involved in that. So thank you for bringing that up. But I just for those of you I don't remember it anymore. Just to prepare this MODINA grant was huge. was a huge undertaking. So I don't remember anymore where I had those screenshots,
But can I share my opinion, not as a representative of anything?
Yes.
I think it's conceptually like working with the dance and technology has like a lot of like opening for accessibility, because it allows or make it possible for different people with different ability to enjoy performance or to create performance. And it's not just like frontal theater performance. You can have something augmented with sound or tactile or whatever, like web. That's I showed, and that's also in a way it's a way to make it accessible. So that's how I see it personally, but I'm not representing
Yourself?
no. But I think this like artistic approach enables a lot. That is really important.
So when you apply to these grants, to these EU grants, you have to fill in these kind of forms, right? And this is kind of this is what the boxes we ticked in a way, right? So yeah, audience engagement, digitization, digital arts and dance, and here, maximum 2 of these, maximum 3 of those, and at least 1 of these.
Okay, I understood now. What I'm thinking about is the core European Union values, but this is marginalized groups. It's two different things. So you're involving in accessibility context into the project marginalized groups.
Exactly.
And that's the partner. Yeah, got it. Perfect.
Okay. Very, very good question.
So where is your video also? Okay.
Sorry?
You wanted to show us
The
video of your project.
Oh yeah, why not? If we
Yeah,
have time.
if we could see it, yeah.
do you think
Our time limit is the next performance, but we still have time. Yeah.
and we would like to see it in his performance. Do you think what kind of future or what is your summarizing note about the MODINA and
MODINA, the previous one.
MODINA, what it gives to dancers, to audience, what it takes, where does it lead us, and the AI, where does it lead artificial intelligence? So we need to talk and to teach.
Of course.
So much.
I think dance is very, very important for AI, and AI is very, very important for dance. And let's dissect a little bit. So it's a two-way thing, right? So our vision of AI, when we think about AI, we always or the image culture, right, has given us of AI is this kind of artificial brain, right? We think about the brain. We've been told to think neural networks, right? And even this idea but this is very Cartesian in the sense that you have the mind, you have the body, and the AI, the cultural representation of AI. When you see any poster of AI, you see this brain, artificial brain with some sparkles or something like that, right? And so what this vision of AI kind of forgets is that there's intelligence in the body, right? The embodied intelligence, and that there's we need to challenge this Cartesians. But of course, many of and this is an anecdote. It's not my words. We talked about this with the artist that perhaps it's a bit of an anecdote. Perhaps this vision comes because these people who create these AI algorithms, they're sitting in a chair, not moving a lot. They're just typing away the code, right? So dance can inform the development of AI by highlighting the intelligence of the body, right? It's not just is it mine?
No, it's your,
Yeah, exactly.
it's been.
So I think this is one of the important aspects, and I think there's a lot there that dance artists can contribute to what the embodied vision of AI could be, right? That takes the intelligence of the body more into account. Because when you think of what AI can do and what AI cannot do, right? AI doesn't have sensorial input. I mean, there's a simulacra of sensorial input, but we perceive the world through our senses, through our bodies, right? And that's what AI lacks. And when we talk about emotions, we also the body and our connection to the world through the body is an extremely important element of that. So it's difficult to imagine this kind of artificial general intelligence without taking the body into account. And we and the dancers that work with us identify that there's a big role of dance as somatic. There's this word, there's this term by technology course called somatic connoisseurs. So people who not just dancers, but they can be yoga teachers or they can be acrobats or something like that. People who are in a deep, who have a deep understanding of their body, and certainly dancers as well. The technology course calls them somatic connoisseurs. So these people should be involved or the development of AI should take advantage of this knowledge.
Maybe you can add from the practitioner's point of view as an artist, how I benefit from MODINA, for example, is that often dance artists, I mean, nowadays we cannot avoid using AI, but when they think about it, the tools that are available is like ChatGPT, for example. But then what we do in MODINA is that because we bring tech artists and dancers together, so they can invent new tools. Like what we saw is not just like taking tools off the shelf. There are some of them are, but they actually reinvent, or not reinvent, they invent new tools. And I think that's what Nuno was saying, that connects to what he was saying, that how that new tools feed into bridging the mind and body and AI.
Sure.
Yes, maybe the web version would be nice. Did it load the web version of my application?
I can also comment, like, from the artist or dancer point of view, like what I see that what this project and AI in general might be useful for addressing this topic is that in a lot of dance efforts, there's a lot of resistance to AI. For example, like this information that one prompt takes half a liter of water. But this is a misconception that is created in 2023. There is no validated facts behind it. This is related to data centers and everything else. They take AI as this mashup like cloud computing also that was there already before.
Maybe internet, no.
So it's like a question of also like informing the dancers more.
Take a moment, yeah.
What is like informing them that what is the actual knowledge and what is really happening? Because a lot of this information about technology and AI and a lot of dance artists and also artists in general, it's superficial level. And because they don't understand it, it's superficial, they get scared and they go along with this, I call it fake news practice. So maybe like informing them because we actually need to.
Sure about that, but
Well, there are layers.
and I have strong feelings about AI. I feel pretty on top of the tech as a dancer. So
Yeah, but it's like
and
you need to know
I mean,
about
like
these things.
it's a huge amount of electricity. I mean, this is undeniable. You know, so the economic impact, the ecological impact is undeniable. Building all these data centers. I mean, this is not really controversial information. So, but I would be interested whether it would be cheap.
But the issue is that there's two things. There's data centers. They were already developed and planned before AI became the bloom. And there's AI inside the data centers. But they're putting that together. But there it's like
Well, no
yes.
data centers. So
Anyway, yeah, we can have a coffee later.
Or agree that there are pros and cons.
There is actually an article comes from
later.
Does anyone want any more food? Because I will have to start cleaning up to make it to a performance. Take anything you want.
No, but there is, I checked, well, I checked. I read on my coffee or whatever. Because they are.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and please, I will invite you to check the I think you seem and rightly so very interested in the AI and dance aspect. So let me just point you to in our website the publications. It's quite a short publication, but has quite juicy content. And basically it has these bullet points that I mentioned here. They're detailed more in this article. And
Microchips that analyze the user itself.
it's available here, and you can and please send me an email if you have any questions. I'll be happy. So in the MODINA website, there's a email that you can. I'll be happy to hear. Thank you so much, and you're welcome also to some.
Yeah.